Hey everybody, Monkeypuzzle here. Welcome to episode number 9 of Monkeypuzzling the CrackPack. As usual, I've got too much stuff lined up to do today. We got these cool trophies. The boys have been busy doing damage in the Twilight Forest, and I think they've killed every boss there is at least once. There's many bosses, more of these to be found, but that's done. Today for me, I want to start Thaumcraft today. I have not yet delved into Thaumcraft 4, and I've been really looking forward to it. But as a bridge between the modular force field system stuff we've been doing and into Thaumcraft, the first thing I got to do is make a Thaumcraft base. I don't have to, but I want to, and I've got it all ready to go. One item I want for that, and I had it in here a second ago, is I want to make a coin of fortune. Again, if I could spell. And this thing, basically, if you don't know, what it does is make stuff come to you. So I've got one of these already made, the condensed splash serum. That wasn't hard. Now we need glowing water. Let's throw that in there. And with that, I think we shall be able to make our coin of fortune. And we got an empty vial back. Throw that back. And I think what I gotta do, I gotta right click on this. Yep. And now if I drop stuff, it comes right back at me. In fact, I can't throw stuff away even if I wanted to. And that's gonna help us a lot because we have some aerial work to do. Oh yeah, Nilo Rio and a bunch of the other guys on the server have started Thaumcraft already. Let me show you his Thaumcraft base real quick. His setup, he's got these reappearing blocks from the Twilight Forest, which are very cool. As this doorway, this nice hallway. And then here is his setup. He did it overnight. He just dove into it. But he has this, the infusion altar, I think this is called. I'm not exactly sure. And I think that's right. With all the pedestals and everything around it. He's got some golems hanging out and keeping things going here. He's starting to get golems all over the place. And he's got this thing, the infernal furnace. You got it all set up. They can put stuff in here, and this guy will collect it as it comes out here and gets popped into there, and all this kind of stuff that we're going to get into. So you can see he is leagues ahead of me. It's time for me to get into Thaumcraft. Hello, Nilo Rio. Just showing off your base for a second. So it's looking good. All the factory blocks and everything else. And so, yep. Time for me to get started. So let's head outside, and let me switch into hover for a second because I need my hang glider. Way up here, we've got this nice little platform waiting for us, and there it is. There's my Thaumcraft base. Isn't it lovely? It's the coolest thing I've ever built. Oh wait, there's this stuff on top of it. What's that for? Well, if you guys watched my last episode, you saw that I'm pretty excited about the modular force field system, Calclavia's version in particular. And so I've got this set up to build something new. It's still kind of simple, but we're going to be working up from the last one, which was just the dome. And now we're going to have an upside down dome and something else. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let me turn this on. I've got a sphere and a pyramid here. So the sphere, boom, is now suddenly right over our heads. Let's get into hover again and we can check that out a little bit better. So a big sphere made out of these factory blocks. Should be 19 blocks from one side to another. And I'm not going to leave it quite like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carve off the top half and use this as the platform with the infusion altar in the middle and all the jars around the sides, and we'll see how much stuff we can fit onto this. Part of the incentive of doing it right here, besides making it look like a big planet off in the sky, is down there the boys have made a wand charging station, a little public wand charging station. So I thought it was appropriate for it to be adjacent to that, but kind of high up so it doesn't dominate everything. And the other part of this is, of course, if it's going to be a Thaumcraft station, oops, I'm still in hover, it's going to need a wizard's hat. So let's see what that looks like. Put a big wizard hat on the sphere. With the top half carved off, of course, you won't see this part poking through. It's kind of a flattened pyramid. I was able to warp it a little bit with the, what are they called? The scale modules. Not there, but there. So it's actually a size 4 pyramid, but each of the sides has been pulled out with these scale modules. 18 in there just to push it up above my head. And this is to move it over one so it lines up with this one, the sphere, oops, which is the center thing there. And the sphere is 9. Right now I've got it with these factory blocks. If you don't know, very cool blocks. You make them like this. For 4 iron and 4 stone, you get 32 of them. And then with chisel, you get so many options for these. You can make all these different blocks. So you've seen a lot of the Mindcrackers making good use of these, Etho and his tunnels and everything. A bunch of new textures to go along with all this new stuff we can do. I've been using these so far for that. And I got a bunch of them in this chest. Probably more than I'm going to need. So let's go ahead and turn these off. And by the way, for whatever good it does, I've got these field fusion modules in here. Field fusion modules, which are supposed to blend the two shapes that we're using. I've got the silencers in here, and they're in camouflage mode right now. So this is still a force field. It's not really factory blocks yet, but we're about to change that. So like I said, let's turn off the hat, and let's go ahead and we'll turn them both off for the second. And then let's get out the cool module, the field stabilizer module. And we're going to take out the factory block and the camouflage and put in that the field stabilizer. And hopefully when I turn this on, it's going to suck blocks out of here and actually build the thing. Let's see what happens. And we'll get back up here. Woo! And watch it happen. That's very cool. I've got some speed modules in there. Maybe I should put some more and make it go even faster. Let me steal the ones from here. I've got the rest of the speed modules in all the coercion derivers and the Fortron capacitors, making sure that everybody's got enough power. And I've got 2 pair of them, 4 total to power all this stuff. And I'm got tesseracts and resonant energy cells, because these things suck power. So again, let's go back here and see what's going on. Wow, we could turn this off, and I think that's a good screenshot. Woohoo! Alright, I'm going to hang out here for a minute and let it happen, play a little music, and I shall return. And I think it's done. We got all kinds of mob spawnage on top of it. It's a nice dark surface. Before, when it was actually just camouflage force field blocks, of course mobs couldn't spawn on it, but now they can. So let me see what is my hotbar again. Make sure that nice little creeper is gone. Let's get rid of him. so it doesn't blow up all our expensive stuff that took at least 2 stacks of diamonds. We might get some folks dropping on us here. Shall see. Better have my sword in my hand, I think. All right. Well, they're up in there. So let's get back to work. That's a little nerve-wracking. But let me see. We don't need this yet. So what I'm going to do here, let's turn this off again. Take this out. And we want to grab the... which one? The dome module. Where is the dome? There's the dome. And we want the disintegration and the collection. So let's see if we can fit all those in there. Let me see. Don't need that right now, actually. We're only doing this one by itself. So we're going to disintegration and collection and dome. Let's turn on the dome first and see if things line up properly. Hopefully that's going to work. What I want to do is basically erase the whole top half of this. So it worked before. It may not just be showing up just right. So let's go ahead and try that. So what this does is it disintegrates stuff, and you can actually use this as a quarry if you do it in combination with the collection mode. And if we're lucky, everything will go into here. Wow, we used up all but 22 of those. So let's remember we've got 28 in here. Let's go ahead. Oh, actually, this is on right now, so that might actually be working already. Let's see. Yep, it's going to go ahead and cut out the whole top half, so I don't have to do that manually. And if I did this right, the blocks should be going into this chest. And they're not. We're losing them. So I got to figure out how I get that to work. Maybe I need to put the chest on a different side. Well, I haven't quite figured it out yet, but to test it, I put vanilla chests on 4 sides and the bottom, and just in case that the strong box was what was stopping it. And this is also a chance for me to show you one more feature of these I haven't used yet. These are the remote controllers. So we're going to just go ahead and attach these to these, or you can, configure them to these. So it's either right click, no, it's shift right click. There we go. That one is linked to that, and that one is linked to that. So now when I come out here and I right click on this guy, I get the whole GUI for that, so I can control this from far away. So let's go ahead and try it again. We're going to put the disintegration in there and the collection and see what that does. And let's actually go ahead and turn it off again and turn it on and see if we can do that. You can see how the red force field shape now goes up the blocks and takes them away. Whether or not they're being collected, I don't know. I know there is a way to do it. That's why there's a collection module. And let's look in all the chests. It's not in that one. Not in that one. Not in that one. And I also put one underneath. Oh, okay. They like to go underneath. Now we know that. So we've learned how to collect them. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of this get disintegrated, and then we'll get on with the putting them back together again. Okay, so now we have the bottom half of a sphere with this nice skeleton inhabiting it. This is my sphere. You can't be in here. Oh, I got a turkey hat too. Cool. And I guess now that this is a real thing, I should go ahead and light it up. Make sure that we don't get all those mobs accumulating again. And my coin of fortune is doing all kinds of weird things. And you know what? This is... Okay, that side Interesting. It doesn't seem to be even on both sides. Oh, okay. It didn't build it completely symmetrically. Interesting. So there's a little variation to it. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm just going to work with that and just put some more torches, and we will get on with the next part. Okay, so part 2 of this build. Let's get rid of the zombie flesh, get my Paxel. Stop using up all my hydrogen. So we know we don't need these now. And we can turn this one off. So now we're going to be using this guy. Oh, and let's do it from up here. Actually, I'm going to do a quick break, charge my hydrogen, and we will do the next part. Okay, we're back with a fully charged jetpack, and you can see that the sphere is not completely symmetrical. I kind of like that. So let's go ahead and do the next part. Like I said, turn that off. And in here in the pyramid, I think we've got this all set up to go. We might as well double check it one more time with the camouflage. And I'm going to use the steel frame glass, which is going to look busier right now. And let's use our remote controls. Because the connecting textures don't connect in camouflage mode, but you can see with these factory steel blocks, they connect, and we only have the rivets around the outside. So that's pretty cool. We've got our manufactured celestial object. Oh yeah, that's what I was wanting to look at. So there's that thing. Let's turn it on and see what that looks like. And we should get a nice little hat roof over the top of this half dome. And hopefully it's centered appropriately. Doesn't have any speed modules in it right now, but that still didn't take too long. So yeah, it'll look less busy because these will connect, but I wanted to use a nice industrial looking glass, but still be able to see through it. I think that's right. I'm going to inspect a minute more off camera, make sure I'm cool with it before we fill it in. But that's a lot what it's going to look like. Seems to be pretty close. One of the cool things I'm learning about this mod is that it doesn't make things exact. And turkey hats seem to be really popular up here. So let's switch this out now to the blocks we're going to want. Let me grab, let me see, that one has that stuff, okay. And we're going to want to put a chest basically next to this guy and take these away so it doesn't try to build with them. I don't think it could. Oops. This is just all the parts for the modular force field system. But just to be safe, let's move those away. And for this, we don't want those. Let's put those back in their box and make a little space. Put this stuff away. We're going to need the rest of that. And go ahead and grab a bunch of this chiseled glass, which I've made ahead of time. Hopefully that's enough. It may not be. And we're actually not going to use that whole structure, I think. We're going to take out the bottom of it. But I think we're ready to go. I've got that one. So, yeah. Oh, and it's actually... Let's turn it off. Hover. Come back here. Check it out. Turn it on. Good with it. Actually, turn it off. And quit camouflaging and get to business. So this should build it for real. Oh yeah, and I got to transfer over those speed modules from this one. I think that's all the speed modules I've got left right now. All this stuff is really expensive. It takes lots of diamonds to make. And yeah, that's the entirety of my speed modules, but that should help a bit. And now we're making the roof. So I'm not going to try to fast forward through all this, but I'll come back when it's almost done. Hey, it just stopped. That looks awesome. It's so much better with the connecting textures. I use the heavy outline glass so it would still have some structure, not be as invisible as the Alps base was, but definitely a nice good hat for this thing. So yeah, that's awesome. I was thinking about just carving out this bottom part and having it be open, but that actually might be good if I need to put anything up there. We'll see how it goes. Let's see how the glass held out down here. Hey, that's not bad. Not bad at all. So let's get the next materials. I want to make the bottom or the floor out of these purple factory blocks. Rusty purple block with gold plating. So I'm probably going to need a few more. We can grab those and those and those. And then I guess we got to go down below. I need to see what I'm doing here. And grab these back. So I'm happy that I saved these. That's probably more than we're going to need. And then in this pouch, I believe, is my builder's wand. Excellent. We like the builder's wand. So let's put a floor on this thing real quick, and we'll call this done for now. So let's see. Let's grab chisel out, and let's turn a few more of these into this one that I am favoring right now. I almost used these wireframe blocks, and they look really cool. But the purple just goes so much better, I think, with the whole Thaumcraft idea. You know, purple is just a magical color. So let me start one row of these coming out. The builder's wand should do the rest. And I love the sound these make whenever you place them or you break them. A nice hollow metal sound. And this should be a snap to finish off like this. And take it from this side now. Normally I wouldn't even try to do this whole thing at regular pace on camera, but with the builder's one we can. And let's finish this up. Hopefully we have enough blocks. Yep, they're still holding out. Nice new factory blocks to play with. And here's the last quadrant. There it is. Okay, so I think this is done for now. That is the bare bones of my new Thaumcraft base. Let me get rid of this stuff real quick, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like from down below. And then I'm going to make a thermometer or a thermometer, however you want to pronounce it. But I'm going to go ahead and take this apart first. And there's going to be a bunch of modules in here. So I'm going to need to be careful that I don't drop them all over the place. Anyway, I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll see you in a minute. I just broke one of the capacitors, I guess it was, and it had a bunch of the factory blocks in it. So I guess it was giving the blocks to a capacitor, which is really interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that. Okay, got this all cleaned up. See that coin of fortune in action. Let's go down to the wand recharging compound recharge focus, which I know very little about, but apparently there's a bunch of nodes in here that we can barely see. And once we get advanced enough to make our goggles, Thaumcraft goggles, we'll be able to see all that. But get past the clouds. In fact, let's just do this for now. Let's turn the clouds off and see what it looks like from all the way down here. So kind of vague, kind of cloudy, but cool. Let's see what it looks like from over here in our roguelike dungeon base. Yeah, some kind of strange celestial body with a little diamond on top. Okay, so in the interest of time and getting moving on with this episode, let's go ahead and start Thaumcraft really quickly. I'm just barely going to start it, I think, and then we'll get into it in detail in the next episode. And actually, I have a question for y'all. As I do this next episode, how much do you want to see? Do you want to see me do the initial research, or do you want me to do that all off camera? I've seen a lot of the YouTube mindcrackers. They just show up with all their Thaumcraft stuff put together and done, research in hand. So how much of the process would you guys like to see? Just let me know, and we'll do that. So here it is. This is the beginning. We've got our shards right there, 2 of the Thaumcraft shards, some gold and some glass, and we'll get our thermometer, thermometer. We just need 1 to start with. And just to let you guys know, from that ender quarry, we have plenty of shards. So, except for these were special items in chests that we found in the dungeon below. But now with this, I'm going to go ahead and be able to scan things. Now, there's an order in which you can scan things, and I'm pretty sure that order is going to be something like the order that blocks go in Minecraft, the whole order of blocks. So we're going to need maybe some dirt, get 1 of those, and cobble, get 1 of those, and what else? Let's see, let's go actually to the beginning of, let's clear that out and go to the beginning of this. So we need stone, cobble, wood, trees, sand, gravel. So let me see, we need some stone. Let me grab each of those. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got everything together. But I've put my my sword away. So let me get that out, because this guy does not want me to start Thaumcraft. Hey, they gave me a nice head. That's going to come in useful later and handy. So let me see. I was about to grab a grass block, which I know there's plenty of around here anyway. But let me just go ahead and set these up. I think I can just toss them down, but I might as well just set them up. So we got those. That's the order that the blocks go in Minecraft as far as their numbering. But I have no idea if that's really going to work for this. But I think that's probably a pretty good start. So let's grab our thermometer, keep this in handy. And now, if we look at this, it should be able to register it. Do I have to right click? I do. So now I've got stone. Grass block. It's not doing it yet. It's taking a long time. Maybe I don't have the knowledge to understand that yet. Oh, it's telling me all the way down there in the right corner. Right down here. It's very small. But it's telling me I don't have the knowledge to understand this. So I should be able to dirt. Cobble. Can I do planks? Nope, I don't have the knowledge. Sapling? No. Sand? Yes. Gravel? And so it's giving me these things in the center here, which I think are called aspects. I'll know better next time I talk to you, because I'm going to look it all up in my Thaumic. Okay, can't do that yet. Am I ready for grass block yet? No. So anyway, I've started the research. I basically have to go around and scan everything. Maybe I need to scan some regular grass? Nope, I'm not ready for that yet. So there's something basic I still need to get in there before I could even be able to understand grass blocks. I'm not sure what it is yet. Yeah. Okay, maybe leaves? And those are alder leaves. Let's do oak leaves. Nope. I'm not ready for them either. And as I do this, I'm building up a whole repertoire of aspects that I'm going to be able to use for my research. And let's do one last thing before I sign off. Let's just pull out a Thaumic. And I don't need to make one, because we found so many in the dungeons. I was starting to not collect them anymore. So there's the Thaumic. And in here is all the stuff I'm going to need to know in order to do this. So the basic information and the scanning and so on. I'm not even going to try to go through it with you guys right now. If you're playing the game, of course, you have this. So that tells us how to make the Thaumic and how you discover things, research, the thermometer, and so on. So I'm going to do my homework here. I'm going to read all this, and then we will get busy next episode. And please remember to tell me how much you guys want to see. Do you want me to go through all the first research with you or not? Let me know what you want. Before, I was really careful not to give it away when I was doing Thaumcraft 3. But, you know, some folks might want to see some of it. They might want to at least have some help getting started. Anyway, by next episode, I'm going to have read everything that's in here already, and then we'll be ready to uncover more. All these things need to be unlocked, and I think there's probably things beyond that that we can't even see yet. Anyway, I did it. Started Thaumcraft. Let's go take one last look. Oops. At our new Thaumcraft base. And with that, I'm going to be able to sign out. So this is Monkeypuzzle. Thanks for watching the whole thing. Really appreciate you guys watching. This game is at least twice as much fun being able to share it with y'all. So I'm very happy for that. And oh yeah, last night I hit 700 subscribers. So that's absolutely amazing. It's really exciting. Of course, today it dipped down to $6.99 again, but I actually have hit 700. So I'm sure it's going to keep climbing. Very grateful for that. Thank you, everybody. This is Monkeypuzzle, and I'll see you next time. And we'll dive into Thaumcraft. And I got plenty of ideas after that. In fact, I've got a whole wall of signs full of ideas that I haven't even shown you guys yet. And we'll maybe look at that next episode. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.